And welcome back, collectors, specifically 1/64 scale die-cast car collectors. I know some of you collect bigger scale things, and I'm not taking away from that whatsoever, but this video is going to feature 1/64 scale, just like mostly everything that I'm going to have on my channel. I do have some bigger scale vehicles that will be in other videos, but right now we have this big old 48 car case. I'm eager to get into it. Let's try to make it a shorter video than last time. Let's get right to it. So this case is copyrighted 1990. Right here, try to get you a look at that. It says Toys R Us Inc. on it. So this is not a Matchbox or a Hot Wheels case. I think it's more or less just an off-brand case for your cars. So I'm going to get it open, off camera of course, so you get no sneak peeks. And go tray by tray here. And wow, there's some good stuff in here. So I'll start off with this tray. And we have the first one up. It has a 1979 Mattel Inc. Malaysia based Hot Wheels. Here we go. I believe this is the Woody. In pretty good shape. Still has the surfboards on top, which is kind of rare since I think they get lost in a toy bin pretty easily. It does have one little chip on the front there, unfortunately, but very beautiful vehicle in good shape, which is why I have it in this protective case. And this next one has some scuffing on it, playware, chips, things like that. This one is a 1979 Matchbox Superfast Corvette. Number 9. T-top. Very cool car. And up next, I forget what this casting is called, but it has a Hong Kong base. 1979 Mattel Inc. Hot Wheels. Here is that car. Definitely going to have to watch some videos going through year by year. Watch some great YouTubers who feature videos such as that. Very cool car, in decent shape, you know, play worn with some scuffs and some tampo stuff missing. This one says Mustang, so this is a takeoff of older Mustang. Fox body Mustang, it looks like. And what next? What next? Looks like another Superfast. 1979 again. Chevrolet Corvette again. And this one is in a little bit of a different paint scheme and Tampo livery work, has Goodyear on there. Number 54. Very cool. I do have a good assortment of these super fast vehicles. And up next we have Hot Wheels Royal Flash, Hong Kong base, Mattel Inc. 1978. A Lotus with the Union Jack. Not in the best of shape. My apologies for my camera not focusing very well recently. I don't really know why it's doing that. There's that cool looking car. Man, we're having some major problems with that. There we go. Lotus. Nice old piece. And this one, oh, almost a little preview. This one is in miraculous condition. This has a Malaysia base, 1978 Hot Wheels. I see really no damage on this vehicle. Headlights are still there, windscreen is still there. Very beautiful. I believe in this case, if not in another one, I have another variation of this car that's in pretty rough shape. It's not in this one actually. Moving along, we have a very nice casting. The Hot Wheels Night Force in a beautiful purple and black color with an opening rear hatch. It has some guys in there ready to go. Movable turret, which is pretty stiff, so I'm assuming this has not been played with very much. Let's see if we can read the base. China base, Mattel Inc. 1983, Hot Wheels. Almost looks like it's been stamped over when it says China. And my hatch is having a little bit of a problem staying up, but that's okay. Up next, I would kind of like to look up a little bit more information on this one. This one says 20th Century Fox Film Corporation, all rights reserved. It's an Ertl. And it's got a Hong Kong base. Let you look at that. Very shiny. And I know this truck was most likely out of a movie. And the only thing that I'm really having any trouble with is the hitch is very worn, getting ready to snap off. So that's why I put it in this protective case so that didn't actually break all the way off. Cool Ertl car. And this next one is a Hong Kong based car. We have the 35 Classic Caddy. It has Mattel 1981 base. Hot Wheels. Beautiful looking brownish tan color. Kind of creamish color. Has some imperfections here and there, but the vehicle itself is still there, excuse me. Love that casting with the black walls. Very cool. And up next we have another super fast 57 Chevy. This is another Lesney, made in England, Lesney products. And number 4, so this probably was a very early one also. I really need to get all of my Lesney cars into one big old case so I have them all for one main video, because I did find another Lesney car yesterday after I made a video of the big 48 Hot Wheels car case. If you haven't seen that one, it's on my channel right now. Unfortunately in 2 parts, because I guess the half-hour mark is just a little bit too much. And here we go, Flat Out 442, an old Hot Wheels car. Mine has a Hong Kong base. I actually just recently watched a video by a Canadian YouTuber who told me that, or didn't tell me specifically, but informed us in the video that the Pentagon right there is a variation. You can find some without that Pentagon right there. And mine is play-worn, very play-worn, chips and whatnot going on all the way around it. Very heavy casting. There's a few different color combinations of that. Variations, I should say. And this next one's a pretty old piece here too. This is a Corgi Juniors, made in Great Britain, DC Comics, 1976 Batmobile. Let's see if we can get a good shot of the base. If we can focus, come on now. Alright, let's see if we can get this to focus. Really trying. There we go. 1976. Very cool Corgi car. The original Batmobile. Little sticker right there is starting to peel off a little bit, but nothing too bad. So there you have it. There's one tray. Let's go on to the next one. Alrighty, next tray. We have 2 from the Kellogg's series by Matchbox. This says 1989 on it, made in China on both of them. We have Frosted Mini Wheats and Apple Jacks. I believe there's about 4 or 5 different cars in this series. And we'll go ahead and show you the base. I have the Raisin Bran one in the packaging that I got at Piston Power Show in my junior year of high school a couple years back. So I know there's at least 4. I'll get another one over here that I have in extremely rough condition, even missing a tire. Here is the Corn Pops one. Right there, missing a tire. Play-worn as all get out. And I know I have the other one somewhere around here for Raisin Bran. So there is those 3. Very heavy die cast, cool pieces. Up next, what do we have here? This one is a Hot Wheels Ford Sierra, made in China. And this one actually features opening doors, which is a little bit different for a Hot Wheels car. Even has a tow hook on the back, little hitch. Hook up a trailer to it. Very unique, actually. Pretty cool. What else do we have in here? This one I found, I believe, at the farmer's market down in southern Ohio. This one has 1996 or 8 Mattel ink base. And this is one of the vehicles that you can do this and it catches on fire. I forget what these are called. These are very heavy pieces though. This one appears to be a type of race car. Some kind of hypercar, perhaps. Pretty cool. Breakaway, catching on fire. And here we have another nice old one. Hot Wheels Mattel Inc. 1974 Hong Kong U.S. patent, foreign parts pending, excuse me. Very, very shiny base, almost like a mirror. There the base is. And it's in rough shape. Tampos are missing. Livery is really scratched up. Featuring the Hot One wheels though. Trying to figure out where the best point of view is here to get this to focus, because this is really bothering me. There we go. I've had no problem with this in the past. I have no idea why all of a sudden now this is happening. What else do we have here? Hot Wheels Mattel Inc. 1978 Malaysia. I think that's going to be just the copyright on this specific casting. I believe this is the 55 or 57 Chevy. There we go with that one. Pretty cool. Plastic all the way around. Metal base, or metal body, excuse me. And here's another cool old one. Hot Wheels Hong Kong base 1980, the Ford Bronco. This one still has its plastic motorcycle on the back, which I know gets torn off pretty easy with play wear. And mine has some chips on it and livery damage. Blue tinted windows though, black wall tires, metal base, and a metal body. Moving right along, we have another kind of old one here. Mattel Inc. 1974 Thailand base. This is the Silver Bullet. Not so silver in this variation though. Try to get it to focus. Come on. Oh, there we go. Play worn. Very nice looking though. It's in pretty decent shape. I mean, like the Hot Wheels tampo right there is coming off and some of the livery's messed up, but pretty cool looking car as I drop it on the floor against our other car. Thankfully it didn't damage it. And here's a crazy big old piece that I got at Goodwill last year or so in the wintertime. This one's a Group C Racer Matchbox 1984 1/55 scale. It's a big old car. Number 61. And this headlight is kind of falling out, so might have to try to figure out how to get that one back in there. And I've seen these without the wing. Surprisingly, it still has the wing. Chips, play wear all the way around it, but the vehicle itself is still there. Very cool. And what do we have next? Another Matchbox Mazda RX-7 1/59 scale. Matchbox Toys 1982. The old RX-7 featuring opening doors. Very cool vehicle. There that is. Nice detail. And this one I specifically remember getting as a child. I was at a garage sale or something like that. And the guy had given me a special piece that I have in my collection around here somewhere. I think I left it in storage. An old Matchbox Superfast in the pack that was the Animal House car, Corvette. And I got this at the same time. This one is a Majorette Corvette 1958 1/53 scale. Check that out. Coca-Cola livery on the side. Coca-Cola on the back. This is really the only plastic damage it has going on. It does have some scuffs on it. Not too bad though. And we have not one of my favorites, but I do like this fantasy casting a lot. The Road Rocket, 1995, Mattel Inc., Malaysia base. This one is a fast one on the track. If I remember, this part comes off, but maybe not on this particular model. Pretty cool car. And there goes that tray. Moving onward. Alright, let's pull out another tray. Take a look at it. The first car we have is a 1957 Chevy by Matchbox, super fast. Not a Lesney on this one, but a very cool looking car. Love how these cars look. Big old engine in the front. And what else do we have in this awesome looking thing? This one is the Cadillac Seville with a Hong Kong base, 1980. This one's in pretty decent shape. It has some scratches on it, but nothing too major. Has the black wall tires on it. And a little bit of damage right there. There's the base, stamped over Hong Kong. Very cool, heavy casting. And I know that I have a few variations of these, so I'm just going to pull them all out right now. Show you the differences. You can hear the hood flopping around already. This is a Hot Wheels. Let's see what different. They all are 1983 Malaysia based. Yes, they are. The Mustang, the opening hood. So now I have two with the white wall tires that you're seeing in the back. Try to hold it like that. And this one has the 6-spoke, looks like probably more than 6. Can't really count right now. The white wall is probably more favorited. This one's in pretty good shape. This one has some kind of junk on there that needs to be taken off. This one's pretty weathered looking and has different rims. They all feature an opening hood, which is a very nice touch on Hot Wheel cars, especially the older ones. Set those aside. Excuse me. Let's see what else we have here. This is another Cadillac, I believe. This one is 1982 Malaysia based, maybe not from that year again, with a nice sparkly looking paint job. This one just looks awesome. Red interior, very sparkly. It does have some chipping on it, unfortunately. Black wall tires, very cool looking car. And we have an 80s Corvette, 1982 Malaysia base on this one, and a lovely looking golden color. Very cool. Rims look nice on this one. The only thing that I'm thrown off about on these are why they didn't even add any plastic for the taillights. It's just a big old open hole for each slot. It's kind of different. What do we have next? We have the Jaguar XK8. I know this is a 5-pack vehicle, if I'm correct. I think it might be from a mainline or 5-pack. In the more recent years, in the last 20-some years or so, if you consider that recent. Very cool car, nonetheless. And we have another old one. This one has a stamped over Malaysia base. Hot Wheels, Mattel Inc. 1979. And here is that car. Not too damaged, but not in perfect shape. Here's the base. You see where it says Malaysia, it has been stamped over. What next? What next? I believe, if I'm correct, this was out of some kind of a set, or the man that I bought this from at the garage sale I was at said he thought these might be old treasure hunts. Here it is. Here's the base. A lot of detail on there, and I believe this is a Chevelle. Has a couple chips, unfortunately, as this would look just beautiful if not. Opening hood. If we can get that. There we go. Great detail in there too. So yeah, there's some shipping going on. This was in a bin. It definitely could have been stored a little bit better. It does feature real riders, got the rubber tires on there. Very beautiful car. And here we have another one with a 1988 base. That looks just like the three that we went over out of that one case the last time. So it says Hurricane on the side of it. Plastic body. And here we have another one, Hot Wheels, 1977 Malaysia. The police car. Almost looks like the fire chief casting, but a little bit differently. Nice heavy die cast. Nice heavy die cast. And this next one, Nissan 300ZX, 1990 Matchbox, made in Thailand. And this one is super play worn. You can see all the scuffing and chipping going on this one. Rims look pretty cool though. With a pink interior that's a little bit different. Retro looking for sure. And another super fast that we happened to look at the last time. Possibly not a super fast, excuse me. Does not say that on the bottom. But our Blue Flame Corvette. I went ahead and bought another one of these whenever I found it at the garage sale I was at, because the other one features a big smudge on top right there, so always good to have multiples. And just like that, there goes another case, another tray. Let's get these put back and go over the last one. Alright, on to the last tray. We have some other old stuff in here that I see. This one has 1988 Mattel Inc. Malaysia based. Check that thing out. I do believe it's missing the engine, but pretty cool. It's still got the windscreen on there, a little windshield, black wall tires, pretty heavy. Don't really recall what this casting is called. What else do we have? A pretty good example of the T-Bird. Hot Wheels 57 T-Bird, stamped over Malaysia base 1981, with the black wall tires. Pretty cool. It has some little chipping going on right along there. A little bit right there and there. But in pretty decent shape. Not terrible at all. And moving along, we have another decently old one. Mattel Inc. 1987 Hot Wheels. We have another Cobra with an opening hood. There is the engine compartment. Very, very cool. Not too worn. There's a little chip right there. Black wall tires. Great shape. And another majorette car. Mercedes 500 SL. Number 260, and it is on 158 scale. With a Nerds livery. Nerds is a kind of rock candy, if you're not familiar with it. Crunchy candy. Did enjoy them as a kid, probably not too much now. And what is this one? See if I can get it out of here. I believe this is the Soul Air something. I forget what this casting's called. 1983 Mattel Inc. Malaysia base. The variation of the Soul Air. I forget what the last numbers or letters in that are. But it opens up mid-engine. Very cool looking car. I like that color a lot on there actually. Here we go. A nice one. This was part of the Vintage series. Classic Nomad. Mattel Inc. 1969 China, so I think this was just a takeoff of the classic casting Nomad. It does have an opening hood, but I'm kind of fearful of shipping it up, so I'm not going to do that. Features red lines, but they're very faded looking for some reason. I don't know if you can make out the fact that there's red lines on there, but there you go, you can see them a little bit better there. Wow, I have no idea why those are so faded looking, but 55 Nomad. Very cool. Here's the base if you're wondering what I said. vintage for, says it right there. And let's keep this moving in fear that this is going to break into two parts again. Ford GT40 with a Thailand base, 1999. Very cool looking. White interior. And this one is a nice looking one. 83 custom Corvette. Mattel Inc. 1988 Malaysia. Check that thing out. Pretty good shape. Only have one chip here and here. Do like these old Hot Wheels. Whenever I find them, I definitely have to pick them up. They're disappearing rapidly, I'm sure. Going into people's collections, and heck, even some people just throw them in the trash when their kids get older or sell them off, hopefully to a good collector. We have a Hot Wheels 380 SEL 1991 Malaysia. I have a few different variations of this one, probably in another case somewhere. The snow tri-blade rims. Nice sparkly looking color. Hot Wheels logo on the back glass. Very cool. And moving on to the last four here. Hot Wheels Mattel Inc. 1978 Malaysia. This has been stamped over a few times on the date and on the base where it's from, if you can see that on the bottom, and right here it's been stamped over for some reason. I believe that's the, I forget the numbers, but this is a Ferrari or a Porsche. Again, it's gotten wet. Unfortunately, the axles, you can see, are a little wet, a little rusty, excuse me. One little chip right there. Very cool looking, very heavy also. You can hear it slamming down on the floor. And we have another cool variation, Hong Kong base flat out 442. Orange variation featuring the Pentagon. Very cool. Nice old cars in this mixture. Definitely before my time. And what is this other one? Another super fast. We have made in Hong Kong. Number 37, the Sunburner. 1972 Lesney products. Wow, so we have another Lesney car. Another one to put aside into my Lesney case. Very cool looking, before Mattel era. The doors do open. Wow, I was not expecting that. A little rough, but it's got some chipping, some play wear, so not in the perfect shape, but here's that. And last but not least, a piece that I was kind of heartbroken over getting chipped up. See that chip there? That was not on there whenever I first got this, and it's most likely due to storage condition by me. And there's even some back here that I didn't notice now. Or I do notice now, I did not notice before. This one is a 1969 or 59 Impala. 1996 is the copyright on the bottom. Beautiful, beautiful car, but now featuring some chipping, so I would love to find a mint variation of this car. And I'm doing my best to keep it preserved now, wrapped up in plastic. Well, thank you for joining me yet again on another long video. Another case broke down. This tray is missing some bottom pieces, unfortunately, but great assortment of cars. Thank you for joining me again. Hope you're doing good and staying safe as always. Keep on collecting. And thank you for watching.